bring New York memories. See the city with Dawn Marie and hang in Little Italy. R.I.P. South Factory. The real party is Kings County. The songs about music all around. That's where she found the Brooklyn sound. New York music, it makes her dance. She hears the music, here's her chance. Brooklyn music, she takes her stance. She hears the music, here's her chance. Her large Italian family, they taught her hospitality, empathy, humanity, and strength in her community. Her justice call, defiant tone, rings out from her Long Island home. New York music, it makes her dance. She hears the music, here's her chance. Brooklyn music, she takes her stance. She hears the music, here's her chance. She's so damn cool, so smart and quick. She's old school, this New York chick. Brooklyn music, she takes her stance. She hears the music, here's her chance. Brooklyn music, her justice dance. They face the music, they got no chance.
Good evening, everybody. It is Wednesday night, December 18th, just after 5 o'clock p.m. And I just wanted to come live and say hello to everybody and talk to you guys a little bit about some service industry, holiday time. Come chat and chill out, hang out with us, and just talk a little bit. Talk a little bit about, Christmas time, service industry, and how crazy it is out there. And, I had an experience today that, being in the service industry and, just being appreciative to people in general and how hard it is out there for people that, really take the time to do the things right for, so I'm just going to jump right in and tell you guys a little bit about a story about a lady that I met today that was it was all the things. It was all the feels, right? And say, I'm going to tell, hey guys, Kitty Q, Lexi, Melissa with the one ass. Good to see you. Beamer, Cleo, Patrick, New York. What's up, buddy? Hey guys. Listen, so I just want to jump right in and tell you guys a little bit about this woman that I met today. And her name was Millie. And the story behind her was it was humbling, and it was everything. So a little bit about Millie. Was 73 years old. And so I went to lunch it was a little bit of like a late breakfast, early lunch. And she was a waitress, breaking her ass, man. When I tell you, running around serving all of the customers. And so of course I looked at her and, I gave her my order and just, really quick. And so, she was helping the customer and she was so happy. And I'm saying to myself, wow, I mean, this lady's hustling on a Wednesday. Really. It was great to watch her. And so 73 years old. And of course and listen, I didn't ask her age. She told me because I just complimented her. She was a beautiful woman. But, so as we were talking and everything, she was telling me a little bit about like her life and all of the things, and just, I could tell she was a hard worker. She was putting herself out there and just, listen, the service industry is rough, right? I mean, you're getting people their drinks, you're getting people the food, and you're listening to people, kids are screaming, and, people are like, excuse me, I need my check. And, and you're like, oh my God, like it's everything going on. What's up, Capone? Good to see you. Hey, Joey, good to see you. Nicole, good to see you too. So, as I was talking to Millie, every time she kept coming by the table, like I knew she was busy. I completely respected her hustle. And so she says to me, oh, I seen you around before. And I looked at her, and when you see somebody and you're like, this lady looks so familiar, like the neighborhood lady, right? And so then she says to me, well, I work in another restaurant. Like she works in an Italian restaurant at night, and then she works in another restaurant on the weekends. And I'm like, all right, so this lady's got 3 jobs in 3 different restaurants. And I'm like, wow, like she's killing it. This is like the month or the months that she's gonna really clean house, right? Like she's really hustling. And I'm 73. Like she's running and she's doing all of the things. And so I'm watching her, and she's not skipping a beat, like I mean she's just dropping tape, she's running the bills, and she's picking up the food, and so she's doing all of it. It was Gladys, good to see you. And so, and I'm just watching her, and I'm saying to myself, wow, this lady's got, I mean, she's got lipstick on, she's got her hair is done up, and I mean, listen, she's there to work. She's not lazy. And so it was just nice to see during the holidays to watch this lady in the middle of a Wednesday really grinding. So anyway, like I get up, I do my thing, and I'm in the middle of my work day. And so, I leave my tip, I go pay my bill. And so I walk over and I see Millie. And so I say to her, listen, thank you so much for all of your hard work. I've seen you around in the community. And so she's like, yeah, no, I've seen you around before too. And so I said to her, I come here once in a while, with my husband, and we'll have breakfast here. And so, and she was just such a sweet lady. And so out of the corner of my eye, I see this gentleman come in, and he has an envelope for her, like probably like a Christmas card. Hang on, let me lower this. Like a Christmas card for her. And her face just lit up. And I thought to myself, wow, like I got to experience watching this lady receive a gift, like, and I could cry because it meant so much for her, so I stayed around a little bit, and I wanted to get to know Millie, because I'm like, this is a lady that's part of my community that, it's hard to go around and be a part of the service industry. And like I said, hearing screaming kids, and waiting on people that have no patience, and they're like, excuse me, where's my bagel, or where's my food, and you're like, oh my god. And this lady's like, I'll be right with you, honey. And I'm like, oh my god, she's got the patience of a saint. So I said to her, how do you do it? So she looks up and she goes, oh my god. She's like, I give it to the Lord. And I'm like, Millie, you have such a good heart. And so she's like, well, I have kids and grandkids. And so, the guy just kind of like slides her the card, and, so she puts it in her apron. And I just thought to myself, wow, there are good people out there in the world, and they do want to help. And so for that, I said, Millie, you're such a good person. And so it was just a testament to actually see somebody out there that was actually getting thanked for her hard work, and so, it's just nice, because for every 5 or 6 lazy people that you see out there, you see a Millie, 73 years old. And I'm sure everybody in the chat here could actually say that they have somebody in their life or in their family. I'm sure you guys have somebody, that or that you see in your neighborhood or in your life that you just know is a hard worker, and you're like, what, this is the person. Like, I'm sure Millie has a family member that is like, what, this lady right here, she's our girl. Like, I just know that every time I go to this, little place now, I'm going to request Millie, because I mean, I just watched this lady, and I just thought to myself, this is what it's like to be a part of, the service industry. Like, you're running around and you're doing, it's just all the things. And so, I don't know. It's just always so nice to, I know. I'm going to read some of your comments here. Sunkissed Soul. I'm just listening, cooking dinner. Hey, it's good to see you. Melissa, my ex is horrible to servers. Not a terrible guy, but just, yeah, you know what? I people that are just mean to servers, I'm like, you know what? You're going to get your food last. Like, you're just not a nice person. Like, I mean, why be mean to people when, yeah, the service industry is very hard on the body. Like, I looked at this woman, and I keep saying Millie, like, I love the name. I'm like, she's such a little Millie too. I'm like, she's adorable. And she had such a nice little like, she just reminded me of like the little lady from like the diner, just and just had such a nice she probably has like her regulars too that come in there, they probably come for coffee and they just want to hang out and yeah, and I mean, if you worked with the public, like, you just know that there's customers that you really appreciate and, and then the ones that are just not so nice. And so, I mean, this time of year, it's just nice to take a little bit of extra time and, you know, just be good to the people that work in the service industry because it's a bitch to work in the service industry. Yeah, I mean, it's just, yeah. Let me see here. Yeah, it does come back. It definitely comes back to you. And listen, tipping and doing all of the random things. And oh yeah, so back to this guy. Like it was just so nice to see. And he was probably like around Millie's age, right? And so we'll just call him like, I don't know, Mike. And so to see this gentleman, Mike, come in, and I just thought to myself, wow, what a nice gentleman. Like that's exactly what he was. He was just a nice gentleman. Like you could tell he was a man that was probably raised well. He's a guy that pulls the chair out for a woman and so just all of the nice things and he kind of just slid her this card and I said to myself, you know what, that's a nice guy like that. And she had such a smile on her face and I said, it was just really nice to I just hope that there's a lot more of that out there. And yeah, Mike Patrick, I'm gonna name him Mike. I don't know, maybe his name's Charlie, but it's just yeah, it's a lot on your feet, Joey. It's you know, and listen, I watched she had really good shoes on, but I'm sure Millie needs shoes. And I was like, you know what? Millie, when she said she works 70 hours a week, I was like, okay, so you work here and you work at, the Italian place. And then I forget the name of the third restaurant, but I mean, this lady had, and so anyway, when I asked her about like how she did it, and then she kind of said, she looked up at the sky and, she says, listen, when you get yourself in a routine and you do something, you just do it. And I said, I know you're right. Like I'm a hustler. I work too. I work a lot. You get up in the morning, you make a cup of coffee, you get in the shower and you take care of business. You just do what you got to do and you push through and you go and you go and you go. And so she was just like, listen, and she was like, and honey, what is your name? And I was like, Dawn. And she was like, honey, and you just go, Dawn, and you do it. And I said, I know exactly what you mean, Millie. And I respect it. And I do. And so it was really nice to listen to her, listen to her wisdom. And it was really, yeah, it's very repetitive motion and a lot of back and forth. And listen, customers are very, and those customers that are like friggin' whinges and they're like, excuse me, like I need more coffee. And I'm like, oh my God. Like I put my head down in shame and, I think to myself, oh my God, you can go get your own coffee. But then you have Millie and she's like, I'll be right there. I was like, oh my God. Yeah, when you're on your feet that much, good shoes are critical. $150 is normal to spend on a good pair of work shoes. Yeah, I was like, it's a lot. It's just like, your back bothers you. And so like you have to do like those extra care things and yeah, and like it's just, you have to. And so Millie was like, she was just in my head all day today. And so I said, when I get home later, I want to make sure that I do like a thing about her. And, and so I told her a lot about, myself. And because she was just like, do you live around here? And I said, I do. And I said, and I do similar type of work. And and she's like, I know I've seen you around. And I said, yeah, I run around a lot and, I do a lot of things. And so, but I said, I really respect you. And I said, I didn't know you worked 3 different places, but I knew I've seen you before. And, it's definitely, it's a lot. Yeah, she's a machine, man. See, Nicole, I'm 45. I work 40 hours and I can barely hang. Props to Millie. Yes. It's a lot, That's why when I see people and I just, lazy people, I can't. People that make excuses and I'm like, you know what? You couldn't even be a pinky to Millie. Like Millie is what's up. Like everybody should aspire to be like Millie, and the service industry should teach a lot of people, to be go-getters and to do things, to just, work hard. for, and I'm not saying like to aspire to be in the service industry, because a lot of times when people become servers, it's because you're in college, or it's hard, on your body, and so you do what you got to do to survive, right? I mean, it's a lot, but you do what you got to do to take care of your family. You do what you got to do. The most jobs I had was 2, and a total of 60 hours. I was fried and I had no choice. Right. I mean, you exactly. You just take care of business. It's just, like the old school, the old generation, you just do what you got to do. It's a lot. You're on your feet a lot. You got to take care of your feet. You got to take care of your back. You got to take care of your mind. You know, you got to condition your mind. You got to go to the gym. You have to you have to read a book. I mean, there's a lot of things that, you have to do to just decompress. It's a lot when you work a lot. It's like when they say, like, you work hard, you play hard, it kind of like, it's like that whole work-life balance. I mean, kitty cute. To be nice to people that are doing something for you also makes you appreciate when people are kind. Hell yeah, it does. I tell you, I always say too, like, it's always it's harder to be a nice person. It's easy to be shitty. It really is. I mean, it's you got to really work hard to be nice. And so for that, I always high five people that are nice, because it's, you got to put effort into that. I mean, I value good people. Yeah, you value time so much more because there isn't enough of it. It's right. Exactly right. Yeah. I worked nights, weekends around my babies. I was a zombie, Eileen. Yep. I mean, look at nurses, doctors. I mean, anybody that stands on their feet for any amount of time. I mean, even people that work in grocery stores, like, listen, the lady that works in my local grocery store, she breaks her ass and she stands there for, I don't know, 6, 8 hours, however long it is. I mean, it's a lot. I mean, but I look at people and I say, listen, I never knock anybody that has a job, because they're working. They have a job, So, hey, Barbara George, good to see you. Janelle, what's good, buddy? Yeah, right. What is that, Joey? My Nona was a chef in a restaurant for 36 years. She worked until she was 80. Joey, see what I mean? Like, I don't take it from, the old generation, they know exactly what time it is. They set the precedence for all of the things. They worked from when they were young. I mean, listen, my father could tell stories. He's a savage when it comes to stories from the olden days. I love talking to my dad. He will be like, listen, kid, I walked in the snow, the storms. I did whatever I had to do. And he did. Would put baseball cards in his sneakers. I mean, they would tell stories in the olden days that, we kids, we didn't understand. I would say, listen, Dad, I need a new pair of sneakers. He'd be like, get out of here with that. You don't even understand what it's like to suffer. And, and I say, listen, but I work really hard. He goes, I understand. I get it. You guys work hard. But at the end of the day, you got to work hard. You have to save. You got to do you really know the value of a dollar? And so it's just, it goes back to, like I said, the story of Millie. And Millie really was the 73-year-old. She was really the hero in the day today. And I thought, you know what? For the people in the service industry, look at police officers. They're out there you look at an NYPD officer. I'll just use them for an example. In the snow, in all of the things. And they're out there and they're doing the job of fighting crime and all of it. They got to wear the heavy gun belts and everything. I mean, it's like, and then they got to run after a criminal on top of that. It's a lot. I mean, listen, are there good parts of the job too? I'm sure, but is it 85% hard? Absolutely. I mean, yeah. Melissa, can Dad come on as a guest? Listen, you know what? Maybe we'll see. It's just funny because we talk about old times all the time. And, when I go to Sunday dinners and things like that, and we tell stories, and listen, I love it. And if I decide down the road that I want to open up with my family, we could have a lot of fun here, and it's great, and I appreciate everybody that comes around here. I love good people. I love to bring people together, and when I seen a lot of the communities that were falling around and falling down, and I said, listen, you know what? I'm not about a hand up. How do you say it? I'm about how do you say it, right? It's not about a handout, it's a hand up, right? And so I said, let's build a place here. I don't know the first thing about, I'm not a police officer. I'm not a lawyer. Listen, I'm just me. And I wanted to get, some things to be here and to hang out. And so, I said, listen, let's try it out. What's podcasting? Let's see what it's about. And so, and for the person that just sent me a cash app, I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. It means a lot to me. And listen, if I have a good voice and people love to hear real life stories, I'm about it. I'm not a bullshit artist. I love to have good conversation with people. And, I just happen to be, a kid that grew up in the city, that I love to tell stories and talk about things that are, we can relate. You guys can all relate to things, right? Here, Barbara, I retired at 74 with a top cleaning service. I treated my clients with respect and they loved me. See, I love that. I feel like everybody has something they could add a value to, no matter where you came from, no matter what. Like I said, whether you begged groceries or, or you a police officer. I don't know why I say it like that, but I mean, whatever it was that you did, that, if you were an accountant or, or if you worked in, the food industry, or if you were a doctor, anything that you did, if you were just a good citizen to the world, you definitely deserve, to come around and hang out. Real life stories are my favorite. I enjoy reminiscing about life. So do I. And I think it's important to, surround yourself with good people. I think that the world needs more of it. I think that, listen, like I said, for the amount of resources that we have out there, listen, and there's tons of professionals out there that they do a great job. Like, listen, I give enough kudos to the people that do it. So, I mean, I just want to sit around and talk and hang out and talk about like reminiscing and things. And, listen, I've been through enough things in my life that I'm like, hey, we could talk about it. Kitty Q. Joey, sitting down too much can hurt your neck and your back. Listen, Joey, yes, it can. Look at people that sit and work behind a computer for 40 hours a week. I have friends that will work on the computer for 40 hours a week as a customer service rep, and their arms bother them. I mean, listen, I don't take lightly to any of that either. Like, they get shooting pains down their arms. I mean, there's something about anything that you do that's going to be a trigger, or it's going to be, you have to deal with it. And so it's no matter what. Yeah, be frank. See, and so like, I get it. Janelle, look, customer service is my jam. Like, I have a cousin, she works in banking, and I know like she's got to wear high heels all the time. And so I'm sure like her feet, I call it little Freddies. I'm like, your little Freddies probably kill you, and so, it's just, and banking, you have to look a certain way, and they're like a little, pain, it's just, there's just certain things where, I'll always, go in and I'm like, ooh, he's so uptight. And so, but, they have to have like a certain look. And, it's just, wait, Melissa, what'd you say? My dad now is oblivious Benson in real life. Dad passed 18 years ago. I have met so many wonderful people on the internet. It's hard in real life to make new friends as an adult. I love this community. Melissa, I love you. You're such an awesome person. Melissa actually is the one who made my song for my channel. And so you are such a special person. I told you, you have such a gift of music. And so when you made me that song, I said, my God, it was such a beautiful thing such a nice gift that you gave me. That was a tip to me. I thought, wow, it's something I couldn't do for myself. I thought that was great. Yeah, what up, Johnny Kramer? What's good? Janelle, right. Just be kind and polite. It doesn't take much, right? That's what I said. I mean, listen, but a lot of people don't have that. That's why I said like some people are just missing that like molecular whatever. Like they just don't have it. Like some people just don't have, you know, they can't conversate or, they just don't have that nice muscle in their brain. They can't do it. Melissa, great job. I'm all about community. Yes, Joey Brooklyn is like Joe, like Ron will always say like Joey pushed him to come to YouTube and he did because we were over on Periscope and it was a place for hanging out and doing all of the things, and so this was a platform for the same kind of thing, but it was just and so listen, he got in the algorithm and look what he's doing. He's doing great things. Ron just happens to be very, very good at it. And he's a retired police officer. And so, listen, it's great. And I'm so proud of him. And he's fighting cancer and he's doing all of the things. And, he has built his own community. And so, for that, Joey, you are about community. Joey's building his own platform too. Joey's amazing. Joey sits around a fire. Joey will walk around Brooklyn. He'll go into the city and Joey streams. Joey, I was always so fond of whatever you would talk about. And he'd be like, hit that like button, subscribe, and, welcome the people. And, little thing about Joey was he was also a DJ back in the day. And so I knew that about him. And I was like, hey, probably danced in one of your clubs back then, so it's just little things like that, and it's all about community. It's all about helping each other out. Listen, did we laugh and joke around back in the day? Of course we did. That's what these platforms were built on people talking and having a good time, and just sticking together and, Sunnyside, good to see you. I'm so glad you made it. What's up, Maddie boy Sully? Right? And so let's see here, Melissa. Eileen, it's tough, even though it's part of life. Almost every day, everyone experiences. Yeah, well, Melissa, you know what? Just know that you're not alone. You're here with us. And, I'm lucky to have all of you guys here. And so that was one of the things that I was so, I was a little nervous about starting the channel. And I said, listen, we're going to push through this. We're going to stick together throughout the holidays. And here we are. We're less than a week away to Christmas. And I'm right here with you guys, and I'm whatever it is that we need to do together. I love and appreciate everybody, and so that's what it is. Zero Jules, it's so good to see you. And so it's no, listen, nobody should be alone. This is a hard time of year for everybody. Everybody's going through something and everybody's looking for a way to get some distraction. And so like I get it, and the true crime community can be very heavy at times. And, there's times where I go, oh my God, I can't listen to that. Or that's just like a lot of, yeah, I'm going to change the channel. I don't want to hear any more of that. And so, or I'll just want the facts on something. So it's all good. But yeah, did you guys like my little story on Millie? I just thought she was adorable. And listen, and she had the cutest little pink sneakers on too. And she had little like bell earrings like for Christmas. Like she was adorable. I said to her, you are just the world needs more Millies in the restaurant business. 73 and love Mrs. Millie, right? Kitty Q. What's funny is like growing up, I had a neighbor that lived down the street from us in Brooklyn, and her name was Millie. And she was like, she had like a little dog. She had like one of those little puggy dogs with like the squishy faces. It was like, oh, little Millie. I just love that name too. When she said it, I was like, I will never forget you. Barbara George, I have good news. My 13-year-old granddaughter came through surgery this morning. I was so concerned. Barbara, I'm so happy for you. Good. I'm so glad. That's such good news. Congratulations. Well, I hope that everything goes well and we're sending you love and strength and positive vibes and all that good stuff. Diane B, I'm glad you made it. No worries. So do I sound good with this microphone? Is it like actually if I have headphones on, a microphone. I feel very like grown up here. It's like on the good chip lollipop. So crazy. It's like yes, prayers for your granddaughter. We're here for to whatever you need. You just let me know. You can always message me. You guys know I have a Discord. You can come and hang out. Right. Wonderful news. Anything you need, just let us know. We're here for you. And all that good stuff. Beamer, it's good to see you. So, yeah, little Millie. I am never going to forget my little Millie. Thank you, Des. I was a little worried. Earlier I was trying to test it out. And so like I went into like a little private thing with myself and I was like, okay, testing 1, 2, 3. And I was like, all right, is this what it's like to, like, hello and welcome to podcast. I was like, I'm trying to tap it and I go, all right, is this like what the people do when they're like, because I've told some people before, like, hey, you need to back up a little bit. Like, your voice is starting to sound like you're eating the microphone. Like, do people like that? I don't know if you sound like a girl from the 14th Avenue in Brooklyn. Listen, Patrick, New York. Do you really want me to sound like a 14th Avenue girl from Brooklyn? I don't know if you want me to do that. You love the sound of my new materials? Listen. Diane B. How's your cameras going over there? You like the ASMR? Listen, it's like the ladies that, they eat the food and I'm like, oh, but I can't watch that stuff. But whatever you're into. You can test with me and Joey like Ronnie does. Yeah, you know what? He would call me all the time, years ago when he was testing out like new things that he got, like little gadgets and things. And I'd be like, sure, give me 2 seconds. I'd grab the phone and I'd listen. I'm like, perfect. You sound perfect. Or I'd be like, can't hear you. But, listen, it was, yeah. Yeah, it sound grosses me out. I know. Listen, Sunnyside. I remember going down a rabbit hole years ago of like listening to things and I'm like, like sometimes I would hear like the popping things and I'm like, oh, there's a whole community there's a community for everything. But I want to stick to my community of Millie. I love my little Millie. I am going to go see her again on Friday. I love her. I want to check on little Millie. I want to make sure she's good and, maybe I want to bring her a little something for herself. I think she deserves it. And, a little something for her. I think she deserves it. Yeah. How am I doing? I am doing good. It is just a crazy time of year. I started this, live out, Maddie, with service industry and holiday time because this service industry has been crazy, and I was saying, like just anybody that's in anything, like just, listen, I believe in, with people helping people this time of year is a lot. It's heavy. It's just, like whether you're in, nursing or foods, the food industry, in the salon business, in anything, it's a lot. You're constantly running, you're on your feet, you're moving around, you're just doing so many things. And so you have to be careful, like well, a friend of mine actually got into a car accident yesterday, got rear-ended by this girl. And I just thought, oh, my first thing was, are you okay? Like everything else can be fixed, and it was like, what is going, like people are just driving crazy. The roads are just clogged. And it's like, oh my God. It's just a lot, right? It's just, the population is just, some clients think I'm just at their beck and call for them, right? Yeah, well, and that's what you're saying. Like, you get those customers where you're like, okay, listen, Millie had it under control. There was a guy there and he was like, excuse me, hello. And she was like, sir, I said I will be right with you. And I was like, you go, girl. You tell him. You sit his ass down and you tell him you will be. I just watched her and she was a little spitfire, this lady. She was running around like she was like Lucy. Like She wasn't messing around. She had that restaurant under control. She had it on, it was just, she had it, it was going to go her way, and that was it. You were going to get your stuff, and nobody was going to tell her what to do. She was like, I will get your coffee. You wait. I will be right with you. And she did it with a smile. Nobody messed with Millie. Nobody was going to mess with Millie. That was it. Eileen, I told my sister today to treat herself. She had a hard time accepting that advice. Yeah. Well, Eileen, it's hard. I'm like that. I just, I have to take the time to do things for myself, and because I'm always doing for others, and so I have to take my own advice. I'm the first person to tell you to do things, but I think as we get older, we start to, you have to definitely take time for yourself. I know, Sunnyside, I need a Millie in my life. I said to her, I said, listen, I need to kidnap you, lady. Like, you are the most amazing mom, grandma. And she just, like, you could see, like, her eyes start filling up, and there was just wow, what a Millie. Like, what we are conditioned. Yes, yes. She was she was she was she was ready to go. And then she said to me, she goes, listen, my next job starts at 4 o'clock. So I got to get out of here, and I got things to do. And I said, listen, lady, ain't nobody getting in the way of, you got to go to FedEx. You got to go do your things. And she's like, listen, I got to get out of here. I got to do this, and I got to do this, and I got to do this. I was like, is it just me, or is the public more impatient than ever before? I was in line at the grocery store, and it was shocking at how short fused some of these people were. Gladys, listen, it's people are so short fused. I was standing online the other day at the grocery store too, and this lady was like tapping her fingers. Now, I could be a bitch. And so I was standing at the register, and I was taking my time getting my debit card out, and the lady was getting aggravated. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to take my time, and I'm going to see what, because I just thought, like, what would she do to an older person? Like, and I'm like, well, I'll say something back to her. I don't care. And so as she was getting aggravated, so she was finally like, are you going to move? And so I looked at her, and I was like, you didn't just get nasty with me, did you? And so she kind of like backed up, and I thought, wow, the whole world, like, what's going on? Why is everybody so nasty? I don't get it. Like, yeah, the public is wicked, Eileen. I just don't understand. Oh, the demand and the, oh, and then there was this couple that came in actually when I was leaving, and they wanted to be seated like right away. And so, the bus kid had to clean the table off. And so the guy wanted to like sit right away. And I'm thinking, you want to sit down at the dirty table? Like, what why? What are you doing? Like, let the kid clean the table. So, before you sit down, like, do you have to sit down that bad that you can't let him clean the table off first? Like, ugh, gross. They forget that they are not behind their computer. Listen, it's true though. They become like, and that's the thing, it's like when somebody's on the computer and they're nasty or whatever, and you're like, you'd never say that to my face, because they wouldn't. People are just keyboard warriors, and they're bullies. And Gladys, the woman in front of me had 12 items in the express lane. I had 8. The guy behind me was huffing and puffing with 1 item. So I said, you can go ahead of me. Oh my God, those are the worst. When you get, the guy that comes in, and it's just, people are ridiculous. Yeah, I don't know what it is, listen, there's always going to be that one. I always say like this, listen, I told my husband this the other day. I said, listen, you're always going to get that person that's like the sit and shiver, that's going to come out from under the stairs, and every once in a while, like, God's going to let you see them because, obviously, they have to make an appearance once in a while. And so, you're lucky you get to see them. They have to come out and rear their head once in a while. And so if you're lucky enough, you get to meet them. It's so bizarre because, really. Yeah. Whatever. He bought a bag of marshmallows. Like, go ahead, you baker, you. I know. It's crazy. Listen, It's like the guy that goes up to like the customer service and he's standing there and he's like, I need to buy lotto. And then you get the other guy that's like buying 85 packs of cigarettes. And you're like, all right, well, you're rushing to die because you're buying all these cigarettes. And then you got the guy that's like, the hopeless, lotto buyer. And you're like, and they're both yelling at each other, like, trying to get the girl behind the counter to help him. I'm like, oh my God, you guys sound ridiculous. Both of you are fighting, and there's only one girl back there. Like, and I'm just trying to, get a rain check here. It's all right. I'll come back tomorrow. It's okay. It's no big deal. Like, I mean, I'm just wasting time, right? Because I'm standing here and I'm just going to leave because I don't want to fight. So it's all good. I mean, whatever. Live your best life. Said no one ever. I'm out. Yeah. People are crazy. I love when I go into my grocery store though, because, I'll walk into like the dairy area, the dairy area. Like over by the yogurts and stuff, and I'll say to the guys, "Good morning," and they're like, "Hello," and I'm like, when you listen, you just be nice to people. If you're nice to people, they'll be nice to you. Listen, if you're a whole, just I don't know, just be nice to people. Isn't it better that way? I mean, whatever. They're more open to help you. Like I said I love these like Ray's Bagels makes these Bialys, and I love them because like down where I live, they don't really trying to find good bagels and things like that is just whatever. So I get these frozen little Bialys, and so every once in a while I love to have them for breakfast. And so I said to him, do you know where I can find these little Ray's Bialys? And so he goes all the way from the eggs, but over by the eggs, and he goes all the way over to the frozen section, and he's determined to find these Bialys for me. And so like 3 days in a row, he's like, I don't see them. I don't see them. I don't see them. And I was like, wait a second, we're going to find them together. And so we walk, and he's like, I don't see them. So like on the third day, I was like, hey, so do you think we found the Bialys? He goes, oh, I found him. I was like, yes. Now, I mean, if I was nasty, he probably would have been like, I don't know. I don't know. But we found him. Yeah, it's food time. There you go. Cleo, naughty or nice? I don't know. It's just always better to be nice or naughty. What do you listen? I don't know. Yeah, what a great guy. Listen, it's just I just like people helping people, but that's how I was. I'd go through to get anything. Yeah. Diane, I went into 7-Eleven yesterday, waiting online as the person before me was playing like $150 of numbers. Oh, and 7-Eleven, when you want to get in and out, right? You want to go in, you want to grab a coffee, and there's somebody standing there that are like, I got to play these cards. I got to play these cards. And you're like, oh my God, I just want a coffee. Like, step aside, sir. Bagels in Florida. I know. Who would have thunk it, right? If you're being naughty to someone who's being naughty, then you're being nice. Listen, Kitty Q. I mean, listen, that's debatable. Okay. I mean, everything could, you could be nice. You could be nice. So that was my little thing for today for my little Miss Millie. What a nice lady. Oh, she's going to be my new favorite person of the month. New favorite person of 2025. The world needs more Millies. That's it. Hashtag justice for Millie. Cleo, my favorite little yes, Millie equals nice. Millie has Millie has a heart. Millie works her ass off. Let me tell you. I want to see Millie at the pizza place next time. Millie don't mess around. They don't make Millies anymore. No, they don't. We need to preserve the Millies. Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, these young kids or, these lazy, people that, they say, oh, they don't work or whatever. Listen, go hang out with Millie. Millie's going to show you all the things. Like Millie is going to, Yeah, this is a good reminder to be a Millie and not a bully, right? I mean, who would have thought? Millie's got her shit together. Millie pays her bills. Millie don't rely on people to buy her things. Millie does everything on her own. Wow. Incredible. Hit the like button. I know. I love Aunt Millie. Sanders. Sanders and his wife are my favorite couple of 2025. What did Diane say? Diane. Diane, I can't scroll up. That was my thing. I used to say all the time, like, oh, I don't want to scroll up. It's too much work for me. Listen, it's I went to this pizza place down by Syosset. It was freaking awesome. Oh, well, good for you. Eating all the pizza. See? Eat all the pizza. I'll just live through you, okay? Because listen, I'm just not even going to waste the calories because the pizza here is not even that good. So I'll just have a piece of Elio's and cry about it. It's fine. You hit the like 2025. Thanks. What happened to Joey Brooklyn? I don't know. He probably went to go have dinner. Joey went to go, call Millie. Get Millie. Oh, no, Maddie boy, you do not. We're banning that. I know my next thing is to find out like what motivates Millie aside from listen, money is a motivator, right? And so but at the end of the day, listen, that I saw that guy give her that card. You know what? Maybe he gave her, you think maybe, what did I say his name was again? Charlie? No. What did we name? What did I get? It's rude. I got to ask Millie what his name is. I wonder if he gave Millie his phone number. Mike. Thank you, Kitty Q. I bet you Mike gave Millie and Mike. It's like Mindy and Mork and Mindy. Mike gave Millie his phone number. Oh, that's what it is. Millie's going to have a boyfriend. Finding the best pizza is a lifetime quest. Yes, it is. Kids today want to go to work at 11 and go home at 1. Barbara George, ain't that the truth? Lazy. I know some adults that do that too. Lazy. Oh, how about the adults that like roll out of bed and then they show up to work and you're like, did you put deodorant on? Just curious. Like, oh, what are you doing? Kitty Q. If he did and his name is Mike, that's the best Christmas ever. I know. Mike and Millie, Mork and Mindy. Oh, God. I love it. Treatin' 99. Hi. Good to see you. Happy holidays. Oh, I know. Mork and Mindy. You remember that? Wasn't that the whole nanu? Jeez. Robbie, good to see you. I tell you, it just makes the time go by and, I know, Merry Christmas. I cannot believe that it is what is it, like 5 days till Christmas? It's so crazy. Is there anybody out there that's like so perfectly ready for it? And I know, like, listen, I'm far from ready. So crazy. Hang on. Oh, thank you so much to the person that just sent me a Venmo. That was so nice of you. Merry Christmas. Thank you. Lexi, I appreciate you. It's so good to see you. No, so perfectly not ratty. Eileen, I know. Not at all. Maddie boy, I work 12 hours a day at least, right? I know. Same. It's crazy. When you think about like how many hours in a day versus like what you do in a day, and then don't you say to yourself, like, how did I do all of that today? Like, oh my God. Or you'll say like, I just need one more hour. Like if I could just get, I'll just take like 10 minutes. I just need a nap for 10, like I love I was talking to a friend of mine the other day and she was like, man, what I would give for just like a nap for 10 minutes. I said, what's that like? Let me know what that's like. Because even if I could, like, I think about it. It's like when I think about what's for lunch, I'm like, what's for lunch? And I'll think about it. And by the time lunch comes, I'm like, I'm not really hungry anymore. Because I thought about it for like an hour. Like I thought about like the pizza or like, like when I finally get to the place, I go, "Oh, it sucked. It wasn't even that good. Like, why did I even I thought about it all day. And it was just like, ugh. Eileen, my 29-year-old said today he doesn't do holidays. I don't know what that means. Oh, Eileen. So it's like saying, like, I just don't do mornings. Like, I don't do mornings. You probably didn't mean anything by it. Kitty cute. I looked at the calendar so quick. Like time just flies. And so, I remember, you remember thinking back to like when you were like 12 and you're like, oh, I can't wait till I can't wait till I can drive a car. And then you got a car and you were like, oh my God, my car insurance is $195. Oh my God. And then you're like, oh, I wish I was a kid again. And you're like, oh God, I want to move out of my parents' house. And you're like, oh my God, my rent is $1 million. Treating 99. I'm a retired teacher. And after every summer being off, when I had to go back to work, I'd be like, how am I going to do all of this and work? Right? I mean, and how are we supposed to party in the middle of all of this, sir? Like, you expect me to work, do all the things, fix your hair, go out on a boat, and then I'm supposed to pay the bills, and then we're supposed to party too? How am I supposed to do all this? Can I have my Saturday back? Thanks. I know. Wait, hold on. I just remembered I forgot to mail the cards out. I didn't get cards this year. Is it too late? I don't know. What's today? The 18th? I bet. Well, maybe I'll stop and get a box tomorrow. I need to do cards. Diane, oh, my 40-year-old son just called and asked what's for dinner. And I said, whatever you're cooking. That's always a good answer. It's like, yeah, whatever. Eileen, work and make grandchildren. Sanders, what are you and your wife having for dinner? They actually, when they go live, they have like little cooking sessions. So cute. Hang on. My little Millie. Wish Nona was alive. Always go there and eat. Yeah. What's up, Texas girl? Good to see you. Just sitting over here, BSing, doing nothing. Oh, you're having chicken cutlets and rice primavera. Sounds deliciousness. I love it. Very nice, very nice. Wednesdays are always like the weirdest day in my house because I'm like, all right, am I making chicken and salad or I'm making salad and chicken or, you know, or are we just having, whatever's in the refrigerator? I'm the perfect person to just be like, listen, make a sandwich. All right. It's Wednesday. We still have Thursday and Friday. Okay. So just make it work. I do the fish? You know what? On Christmas Eve, yes, we do. We do the fishes. We do. Yeah, work and Zoom meetings. I hear you, girl. We do the same thing. It's a lot. Yeah. We're just BSing over here. We are just shooting the shizass. This is true. Yeah, we do the fry galamad. We do all of the things. I was just telling one of my girlfriends too the other day. I said, listen, I'm gonna make like a big ziti or something, and just, we'll have the fishes, we'll have the ziti, like we'll do all the Italian stuff on Christmas Eve, and then Christmas Day is like usually it's like a meat or whatever. And, we don't do like Thanksgiving in my family. It's not like the turkey and things like that, so they switch it around. And yeah, let's see. What are you guys doing for listen, I told you I could talk about food for an hour. You making chicken cutlet palm heroes? Nice. My girlfriend just said she's making tuna and egg salad sandwiches for dinner. Listen, there's nothing wrong with that. There is nothing wrong with making a good old fashioned egg salad sandwiches. I remember as a kid too, like, um, for like in the summertime, like just getting ready for like the beach, right? And so like we would get all the things that we needed for sandwiches and like just making all of like, yeah, having all that stuff in the house all the time. The only fish we do is fried galamad, fried shrimp, fried fillet, a flounder, and shrimp cocktail. Yeah, that's basically the ones that we do. Um, let's see. Yeah, jerk chicken for dinner. That sounds good. That's different. Barbara just had a taco salad. Oh, that sounds good too. We had Taco Bell last night for dinner. I hadn't had Taco Bell in years, years. And so, it was funny because I had bought it a couple weeks ago and it was crazy. I couldn't even eat it. I was like, I can't do this. And then last night my husband brought it home from work and he said, you know what? All right, I can do it. I was starving. And so I had a soft taco. I said, okay, I can do this. Spaghetti and clam sauce, red and white, hot and sweet. Look at you, Diane. Where's Duty Ron? Duty Ron, where you at, buddy? How's he feeling? I got a beautiful sweatshirt yesterday in the mail from Crime Time with Duty Ron. I love it. It was an old school one too. It was the one that Josh, his producer that passed away, designed. And I love it. I can't wait till it's like a little chillier out so I can wear it. Maddie Boy Sully, baked ziti lasagna, eggplant rigatoni, smoked kibasi, fresh kibasi, shepherd's pie, and empanadas. Look at you. That is a feast right there. It's a lot of food. Yeah, subscribe to Sanders, Fafo Sanders. I have to go to I'll go tomorrow, but I need to go to TJ Maxx. Somebody was telling me the other day that in their little section they have like, like candles and like I got to get a couple little like gifts for like some clients that are just really good to me during the year. And I thought like what a good idea to check out like the little like the little gift section that they have there. So this lady was like, listen, check out TJ Maxx. They have like a really great like section for little things. And I said, you know what? I forgot about that. TJ Maxx right there. uh, what's that? Patrick. Um, so yeah. What else? What else? So yeah, pretty much everybody is in overdrive and you know, this week should go pretty fast. I would think, like tomorrow's already Thursday and then, before you know it, we will listen, I've been seeing like so many Santa Clauses out already and like they have those what are they like the little charities that are outside and the people are dressed up as Santa and so I'm like it's like everybody is just it's out. They have beautiful notebooks and journals at TJ Maxx. Listen, yes, good idea, TJ. I'm telling you, TJ Maxx. When this lady said to me, she goes, listen, TJ Maxx, they have that whole section for like little gifts and things. And I said, I'm so glad she said that because I was just racking my brain with, like just a couple of little things. And I just thought like, maybe like little votives, candles, like little, like you just said, Gladys, like little maybe like little the notebook journals and just little things just as like gifts, like little thank you gifts I need. That's a good idea. So did you guys hear that Donald Trump got a haircut the other day? Listen, I heard about that today and I said, what? I can't wait. Listen, I might have seen it. Did you guys see it? I heard he got his hair cut short. You guys might have to Google that. Salvation Army. Yes, that's the bells are ringing. Thank you. I seen a bunch of them. I said, I bet he tips well. I bet you he does. Oh Lord, which one? Yeah, he got his hair cut shorter. I'm glad he toned his hair color down. You know, Lexi, I'm glad he did too. I am. You got a carload of booze to give out to your clients on Friday. Hey, Matty Boy Sully, hit me up. You got my address. Where's my booze? So yeah, like, and like even at TJ Maxx, they have like the soaps and all of like the cutesy little, I just thought, well, I gotta go down. I gotta get there tomorrow and check out that little, you know, little section there of tone down the orange. Good old TJ Maxx. And what is that other store, Gladys? Not just TJ Maxx, the other, not Hobby Lobby, but I can't think of it. It's just like a TJ Maxx. Not Kohl's. Home Goods. Thank you. Yes, Home Goods. What do you think? Do you think Home Goods is like TJ Maxx for that kind of stuff? Or Ross? No, not Five Below. More of like, yeah, Home Goods. I mean, oh God. Yeah, I need to check out Home Goods too. I think those stores have some, listen, and I need to check out like little thing about I love towels. I am obsessed with towels. Bath towels, kitchen towels. I don't know what it is. I could spend hours down the aisle in towels. I don't know why. I love changing the colors of towels. Anything in the bathroom. Marshalls. Robbie, thank you. Yes. I need to go to Marshalls. I need to hit up a bunch of those stores tomorrow because there are just a couple of things that I just want to check out. I know. I know I love towels. TJ Maxx, Marshalls, and Home Goods are almost the same. Oh, they are. Okay. All right. So those 3 stores are pretty much like the same kind of stuff, right? And maybe Ross. Maddie boy, what do I drink? I love like this time of year, usually I will drink like a little bit of like vodka cranberry. I don't really drink a lot. I really don't. Nothing crazy. I do love a good bourbon once in a while. Nothing crazy. No. I really don't drink. I love the towel aisle at Macy's. Gladys, you and me both. I forget what store I was at the mall a couple of weeks ago, and I just walked around the pillow section and I just thought, oh my God, the bedding department. I was like, all right. So then I turned around to the kid and I said, all right, I need to see your towels. Where are your towels? He was like, what do you, I said, I need to see the towel and the washcloths and he was like, "Oh, come over here, ma'am, right over here." And I was like, "All right. And what's the color for the season?" Like what's the color? I mean, I know that the Pantone color for 2025 is brown. It is an espresso. So I said, "All right. So I'm looking, I'm like, I'm already hawking out the colors. I'm like, all right, so is it like a light cocoa? Is it an espresso? Like, what's the color theme? I want to see. Patrick, pick me up some socks. All right, you got it. Cranberry champagne is a poinsettia. All of those holiday drinks look so good though. I love when people take the pictures of like the drinks with like the little fancy things in them. I'm like, oh, that looks so good. That looks so good. Did you whisper in his ear? Yeah, I'm like, I need to see your towels. Excuse me. Where are your towels? Yeah, because I feel like I can't, I don't know. It's just my thing. I love a good freaking towel section. I don't know. I just love towels. I get it from my mom. My mom loves towels. She always has to buy like her she loves like kitchen towels, but I love bathroom towels. I love the big towel. I love all the towels. I don't discriminate. Towels, I love them. Matchy match. Listen, Eileen, sometimes they have to match, sometimes they don't, but like that's the thing. Like I beach towels are listen, are you guys like this? Like beach towels have to stay in the other closet and the bathroom towels have to stay for the bathroom. I don't know, like I'm a little annoying like that. There's just certain towels that these are the towels that have to go over here. The beach towels have to go over here. Don't just I don't know. I don't know. It's a little bit of a non-negotiable for me. Oh, Maddie Boycella, you're the best. You're the best big brother ever. Kitty Q. I'm like that with fuzzy blankets and pillows. Yes, I mean, everyone has just like a thing, right? Yes, all towels have a place and a reason for existing. Oh, Gladys, you're a woman after my own heart. There's just a place for everything and just towels just I don't know. It's like pool. Okay, so I just feel like, your pool towels have to stay in the pool stuff. Don't bring your pool towels in the bathroom. I don't know. Maybe I'm annoying like that. There's some people that are like, okay, you don't, you're just a little crazy to be like that. I said, well, I don't know. Just, I'm a simple Jack, two fingers, no ice. Hey, listen, Maddie Boy Sully, there's nothing wrong with knowing what you like. Oh, it is on my list for the next time. Yes. Well, I don't know. It's just, I don't know. It's just a thing with martini shaken, not stirred. You know what? I love a good martini too. I'm not gonna lie. Definitely do. You can't go wrong with a good vodka. Maddie boy, what's the best vodka in your opinion? Mm, mm. That's what she said, right? Tito's vodka. Yes, Tito's vodka is good vodka. Eileen, you just said eggnog, and I was just saying the other day, I haven't had eggnog in years. And so I said to my husband, I said, I need to go buy an eggnog thing. And he goes, ew, that's gross. I said, why? Like every house has to have eggnog in December. He's like, not this house. I said, what do you mean? No, I want to have it. He goes, come on. You don't need to buy that. It's just a waste. I go, whatever. Stupid. Oh, kitty Q, just a beer. All right, man. Just kitty Q, me too. Blankets, sheets, and pillows. I actually have to get rid of some and has gotten out of control over here. You know, what about like switching out for the season, right? Like switching the colors, switching the decor. I know some husbands are like, really? Why do you have to switch that out? I was getting comfortable with that. You didn't have to switch the blanket. And you're like, excuse me, but we're going into the fall and you need to get rid of the banana yellow blanket because that's from, July. whipped cream and a gingerbread man. Eileen, I could get down with that. I can make that work. Maddie Boy Sully, how do I get in trouble? That's what she said. Listen, that's what she said. It's like there's, or I'll talk to people and they'll go, "Oh, that's a Florida thing." I'm like, "No, that's just stupid. That's not a Florida thing." Like, just call it like what it is. Don't blame it on the state. Like, that just doesn't look right. You either have fashion sense or you don't. Grey Goose is the best vodka. Barbara George just weighed in on her, Maddie Boy. I don't drink vodka. So from everybody who tells me it's Tito's or Grey Goose. Okay, well, hey. Eileen, you're a switcher. I'm dead. Grey Goose is the best. All right, Sanders spoke. That's it. You see these like celebrity chefs, right? And they're coming out with liquors now. Like I forget his name, but there was a celebrity chef that was in town not that long ago, and he was doing like a bottle signing, and he came out with like a wine or something, and so he was at one of the liquor stores, and then they're all coming out with endorsements and things, and so I'm like, look at this, they're all coming out with things, and then who was it? What was his name? The guy with the big white spiky hair. He was just in town too, not that long ago. And I was just telling Texas Girl might remember. He actually he just made like a what is that liquor? Come on. This is what I get for I'm not a drinker. So tequila. Somebody tell me, what is his name? Guy Fieri. Thank you. Guy Fieri made, and so he just had like a truck heist or something. It was coming out of, was it Texas, and he had 2 trucks that were heisted. And so he had these 2 trucks that were supposedly like delivering this, this delivery or whatever. And so how crazy, like, and it just, they were gone. And so there went all of his, that was it. Done, gone, boom. Like, and I was like, oh my God. And he was mad. I said, uh-oh. Probably millions of dollars worth of just done. Yeah, all the celebrities have their own tequila brands, right? It's crazy. I mean, listen, that's just what it is. Like the world is going into, I call it like lemonade marketing because that's just what it is. So like, no matter what it is, like I'm just about it, like even with my industry, like getting behind your own brand is so important nowadays because, the world is just getting so saturated with things. And so I tell people like, listen, I have an opportunity in what I do to be able to label yourself. And so to see these celebrities getting their own brands, it's so crazy. I mean, some of them just shouldn't, but I mean, listen, for the ones that are and the ones that are doing good with it, good for them. Like they're making a killing with it. Yeah, everyone has a side hustle, right? I mean, and for some of them it really works. It really does. And it's great. You know, I love it. I think it's great. And I see some of them that get these investors that get in and I'm like, wow, that's great. And I'm like, man, I need somebody to help me out over here. Like, hello. I want to do something. Like, this is wonderful. What can I do? Like, anybody that wants to help a girl out over here, I got a microphone and a laptop. What do you want to do? Hit me up. I love towels. I love the microphone. Let's do something. Like, yeah, let's do a side hustle. Let's figure it out. We got the podcast, so we got this far, right? Do the hustle. Right? Yeah, because they weren't doing great as celebrities, right? Like Snoop going into the weed business, Kitty Q, right? I mean, listen, it's like, you find what you love and you follow it. That's just what it is. And so don't give up your day job, really, and just find it and just F with it. Just go with it. And, and if somebody's watching, it's like that show, what is it called with the, you got the sharks and they watch and it's like they see something and they go, you know what? That's it. I want her. She's marketable. And or for whatever it is. And they have something that's, they can get behind. They can do something with it. And if it can make somebody money, Shark Tank. FAO Sanders nailed it. Shark Tank. And so, I mean, people have made so much money. There was this little girl years ago that I watched on Shark Tank, and it was fabulous. Like, it was like a cookie thing. I forget what it was, but it was brilliant. I mean, she probably did something with her mother in the kitchen or whatever, and it was something about a cookie. And I just thought, oh my God, well, whatever. And next thing you know, she had Shark Tank came in, and they were like, yeah, we're going to take your cookie and we're going to mix it in with a, cupcake, and bam, like she's a billionaire. Like, they just get it's great. Right now, he's legally making money from it. Hey, listen, if you got passion and you got a drive and you're a Millie, you're going to make money. You are going to do what you do, and you got to hustle and you have a drive. You're marketable. You're going to make money. Guy Fieri made, he made it. He made good food, which then turned into, I mean, it was just crazy. Did the tequila thing. I mean, unfortunately, the trucks had, it was insane. When I heard that, I went, oh my God, no way. Like, oh. But it just goes back to like, listen, service industry, holiday time, doing what you do, just love it. And just, I don't know, man, there's so much opportunity out there if you're good. And if you just, I don't know, man, I'm just going to keep doing what I'm doing. Remember, it was all cookware brands. I hope Millie wins the lottery. Me and Millie too. Kitty cute. I'm with Millie. I want Millie to win the lotto. I sure do. Maybe I'll bring her a lotto ticket on Friday. That's a good idea. 73 years old, hustling like it was, and she didn't complain. Oh, it was so nice to see a woman working her ass off. Yes. Good people. Had it under control, had the customers happy. Like, that was it. Nobody was going to step on top. Nobody was going to step on her. That, you wanted coffee, you were going to wait. That was it. Millie had you. Even the guys that were working there, they were like, watch out. Millie's here. Oh, so what else is going on? All right, kids. Well, listen, it is already 6:20 p.m. over here on the East Coast. So I think I'm going to wrap it up. And I really just want to thank you guys. I appreciate you guys. And I really want to thank you for coming in here and hanging out with me for a little bit. And hopefully, this week will go fast. Everybody will have a safe rest of your week. If there's anything you need, reach out to me. Listen, I appreciate it. And, for anything that you need, let me know. And again, thank you very much. Think of Millie when you're out there. Have a great night, everyone. I'll talk to you soon.
New York music, it makes her dance. She hears the music, here's her chance. A Brooklyn girl, that's Dawn Marie. She's sharing New York memories. See the city with Dawn Marie, and hanging Little Italy. R.I.P. South Factory. The real party is Kings County. old school, this New York chick. Brooklyn music, she takes her stance. She hears the music, here's her chance. Brooklyn